Morning, Captain Paul. My name's Stevie. This is Mel. We're here in Northern Ireland, and I'm a big fan of the show. So what we're going to do today is we're going to go and drive for about an hour and 20 minutes across the Irish public border to a place called Carlingford. It's the only place that I've ever found vintage comics for sale in Ireland in 30 years. Never seen them anywhere else, so that's where we're going. The good news is, Mel has never watched ComicTrips. Mel doesn't like comics and had no idea until I sat down and started recording this video that that's exactly where we're going today. Isn't that right, Mel? So, yeah, looks like we're going to have a fun day. So we're quite lucky enough on our town to have our own castle. And Mel maybe come here on the way so that you can see how beautiful it is. We're not going into it. It's just a car park with a castle in it. There you go, that's Fergus Castle, built in the 1100s by the Normans. So the reason that we've decided to go today is Mel and I don't very often get days off together. So I sort of conned Mel yesterday by telling her that we'd spend a nice, lovely, romantic day together. We'd go for a drive somewhere lovely, somewhere exotic, somewhere strange that we haven't been before. And how do you feel, Mel, about the news that we're going to a comic store?
Yeah, you tricked me there.
Yeah, well, I say comic store. It's not a comic store. It's an antique shop in a little town called Carlingford. It's just across the border in the Republic of Ireland. It's the only place that I've ever found comics for sale that isn't a comic book store. We have 2 or 3 in Belfast, and only one of them sells classic comic books. So I want to go back down today. It's been about 6 months since I've been there. So I want to go back down today and see exactly what I can find. I don't imagine that I'm going to come away with a Hulk #1, for example, but the fun's in the hunt. You never know what you're going to find. And it's a pretty cool antique shop as well. So you never know what you're going to find. Sorry, Mel has just had a heart attack because we're driving past a part of the country where you can sometimes see seals down between the houses here. Yeah, they're on the rocks down there. You can't see them, but we know they're there. Yeah, the reason that Mel and I don't often see each other is she drives 300 miles every weekend to go and work in a seal sanctuary. So on her day off from driving 300 miles to the Republic of Ireland to go, I'm making her drive 150 miles to the Republic of Ireland. But it's worth it, isn't it?
Yeah. I get to see seals, I'm happy.
No one said anything about seals. Comics, Mel. Comics. Yeah, you can kind of see why Ireland gets the nickname of the Emerald Isle. We're just probably now about 10 miles from the Irish border. We're heading down now. The weather's atrocious, so apologies. It doesn't look as beautiful as it normally does. There is no border crossing. There used to be a long time ago that if you wanted to cross the border, you'd have to be searched. There were armed guards, all that sort of stuff, but those days are gone now. So the only difference you see when you cross the border is it goes from miles per hour to kilometres. So apparently this is now changed into a travel video, but just to my left here, if the graveyard wall clears off, you have Carlingford Lock. Which normally is quite beautiful, but today it looks like an armpit because of the water. So this maybe is a little more picturesque view of Carlingford Bay, Carlingford Harbour, and the ruins of Carlingford Castle up on the hill. A lot of castles here. You're given one on your first day of school. Everybody gets a free castle. Shop we've been looking to see. I'm going to head in now and see if we can find any comics.
It is unavoidable. It is your destiny.
So Paul and Kat, hello again. As you can see from the video, things didn't exactly go to plan. Yeah, unfortunate that I ran out of battery just at the point where I could have actually shown you something interesting instead of a 5-minute travel video on the benefits of a rainy Ireland. So apologies for that, but it just goes to show how easy you guys actually make it. Your batteries don't run out. Yeah, so a little embarrassed, but now I'll get to the point where I can show you what I actually got in Crystal Antiques in Carlingford in the Republic of Ireland. So it wasn't as good as I'd hoped comic wise. I'll be honest, the last time I was there they had more of a stock. I think what's happened is a few people have found it and they know now that it sells comics. I was able to pick up Harley Quinn #7, the bombshell cover. Haven't got this. I don't really read Harley Quinn comics to be honest, but I'm quite fond of the bombshell artwork. And Amanda Connor is maybe the best DC comic artist about at the moment. I really like her stuff, so glad I picked that up. That was €3, so just about the same price I would have paid for it cover wise when it came out. I also picked up a couple of REM LPs. I realise this is a tribute to ComicTrips and not a tribute to LP Trips, but I just got an LP player at Christmas. REM are my favourite band. These things are a fortune. A new album here costs around £25, which is what? Close to $40 I suppose. So I picked these up for €3 each, so really glad of that. And rather outstanding Michael Stipe on the back of that one. So picked up 2 LPs. And only one last comic thing that I picked up. Dazzler #1. Pretty sure that you guys can find this in a dollar bin almost anywhere, in any comic shop you go to. But it's pretty rare. This is going back to what, 1980 I think? For me to find a 1980s comic book in mint condition like this is exceptionally unusual. So Dazzler #1. Really happy to have picked that up. So the whole trip wasn't a waste. I had a great time making the video. I hope you've enjoyed watching it. Just my little tribute to what you guys do, and it really has opened my eyes to how much work you guys put into the video. Even editing this has taken me forever. So thanks very much guys, really looking forward to season 4, and I'll talk to you soon I hope. Bye bye. Paul, here's a tip for you for a peaceful marriage. Just give them what they want in the end. Here she is, standing looking for seals. In the pissing rain. Freezing cold. And here she is looking for seals. But it's what keeps her happy.